Hi guys, Namaskar, this is Pradeep Srivastava. Welcome to my channel. See, as a salesperson, mastering few skills is very important. We all know this. But in my belief, if you can master these two skills, you can go to the next level. And to master these two skills, you have to actually work on this. If you are able to master on these two skills, you can go to the next level and be one of the best salesperson on this earth. So let's see what are these two skills and let's learn about it. The first skills which you can master is the effective communication skills. This is extremely important, and I've been talking about this in my various videos. See, sales is more of listening than probably talking. That's what I've been telling. 80% of the time you need to be, an active listener, and 20% of the time you need to speak. So communication is so important that if the communication skills are not right, probably you may not be able to communicate to the customer, or the customer may not get interested in you. So the first thing, the part of the communication is that you should have great listening skills, or in other words, you should have active listening skills. Practicing active listening skills is very important, because the more the listening skills are mastered, you will be able to understand the needs and the concerns of the customer effectively. Okay, and you also need to do that. You need to reflect back on what they say to show that you understand. So active listening is part of it. Again, I'll repeat, active listening essentially means practicing active listening to understand the customer needs and the concerns, and reflect back what they say to show that you have understood or understand, right? This is very important, guys. So don't to the conclusion of the myth that probably talking is selling. Active listening is actually the major part of communication, right? When you are a sales professional. The second important thing in communication is that you should be skillful in clear messaging, right? You should be very clear and concise in your communication. You should avoid jargons, and you should focus on the value proposition. So when you communicate to the customer, to the prospect, okay, it should be very concise in your communication. It should be very focused and clear, right? You should avoid jargons and always talk about the value proposition. So communication skills is one of the most important skills for a sales professional, and you should master this. You should practice this. This is very important. The second important skills which can make you win any deal is mastering the art of persuasion. What is selling? Selling is basically the art of persuasion. So if you can master this, this is going to take you a long way. There are two important parts of mastering the art of persuasion. The first one is storytelling. I've been talking about storytelling. In fact, there is one complete video on storytelling which I recommend you to probably see that if you have not seen, because storytelling is where you are able to engage the customer. You are able to make a pitch of more engaging and relatable to the customer. You should be able to use stories, because stories are something which the customers will never forget. Or for example, I have said in my earlier video also that storytelling is something which always is there in your mind, even if the customer doesn't buy your product or is not convinced, but he will never forget the stories, and the stories is what is going to help you, the customer calling you again whenever he is in need, right? So storytelling is very important. Master the storytelling skills. You have to give small anecdotes relating to the subject you are talking about, okay, or you are referring to. That is very important. You can, what you need to do when you talk about storytelling, there are various steps to master the storytelling, which I have already explained in the other video. But typically you need to share success stories relating to what you are referring to, right? You need to refer to some case studies. When you do this to the customer is able to relate and probably understand it more effectively. So that's very important. So please master the art of storytelling. The art of storytelling is very important, not only in professional life but also in the personal life. If you are able to do this, you are probably mastering the persuasion skills for anything you want to do, right? And the second part of art of persuasion is handling objections. Now, handling objections is a big subject, and probably I will put series of videos on handling various types of objections. But however, relating to the topic I'm talking right now, what is important is you need to be, master in handling objections. What do? You probably can work out in, preparing common objections, whatever the customers are generally asking, the prospects are generally asking, and know what to speak. Maybe there is a little bit change depending on situation to situation, circumstances, but if you are able to handle those minor objections, which actually becomes, a major objection if you are not able to handle, you will be able to, handle most of the objections. So always prepare for common objections and have compelling responses ready with you. That is very, very important. So you need to work on it. Okay, whenever you are addressing a concern, it has to be calmly and confidently. Okay, you don't need to be, shaky when you're, answering any objection. So please make sure you are addressing the concerns very, very calmly and confidently. So guys, if you to master on these two skills which I spoke about, one is the effective communication skills and the second is the art of persuasion, you probably can go to the next level of sales as a sales professional and have always a win-win situation. I'm sure you must have liked this video. Please do like and subscribe. Thank you very much. Namaskar.